Our special coverage of the coronavirus concerns with a look at the latest numbers and how they compare to the numbers we were reporting yesterday.
Rhode Island health officials announced 2 new cases yesterday, bringing the state's total to 23. Both of the new patients said to be recovering at home. In Massachusetts, there were 21 new cases, making the total in the Bay State now at 218, 5 of those in Bristol County.
Nationally, according to Johns Hopkins University, there are close to 6,500 cases. That's up from 4,400 yesterday morning, and there are now 114 confirmed deaths, nearly half of those in Washington state. And there's some positive news coming out of Wuhan, China. That, of course, the epicenter for the virus pandemic. Chinese media reporting that their temporary hospitals in the city have been shut down because now there are not enough patients to fill them, which is good news. And there was only 1 new case reported there yesterday.
Closer to home, Rhode Island Governor Gina Raimondo could have an answer today to what will happen with local public schools after this week. Schools across the state have been working to have some distance learning plans in place, which could potentially start as soon as Monday. And on Wall Street, the up and down pattern appears to be continuing, with Dow futures down more than 800 points overnight after they gained more than 1,000 points yesterday. Analysts attributing much of yesterday's rally to that $1 trillion economic response package that's being proposed by the Trump administration. The proposal aiming to help millions of Americans who are temporarily out of work. For many, that means the bills are going to start piling up. Eyewitness News reporter Brandon Truitt joins us live in the control room now with the new details of what the federal government is proposing.
Well, Patrick, Danielle, good morning. We're talking about what could be one of the largest stimulus packages in American history, the adjustment of tax deadline rules, and ultimately the chance for money to be put directly into your hands. These were all things that the U.S. Secretary of the Treasury, Steve Mnuchin, was grilled on yesterday. Right now, the Trump administration is keeping tax day at April 15th, adding many are likely to receive refunds. But listen here, if you owe money to the IRS, you can defer your payment for 90 days with no penalty. That's up to $1 million as an individual. The U.S. Senate is working on a near $1 trillion stimulus package. This was passed by the House last Thursday. It includes payments to small businesses, loan guarantees for crippled industries, and more. And lastly, President Trump has floated the idea of a payroll tax cut, which would send a check to all American taxpayers. But Secretary Mnuchin saying he is trying to move faster.
The payroll tax holiday would get people money over the next 6 to 8 months. We're looking at sending checks to Americans immediately. And what we've heard from hardworking Americans, many companies have now shut down, whether it's bars or restaurants. Americans need cash now, and the president wants to get cash now. And I mean now, in the next 2 weeks.
Mnuchin would not give an exact amount there when asked about it, but it is being widely reported that number could be $1,000 per American, if not more. Again, those are still ideas. Right now, pressure is mounting on the Republican-controlled Senate to pass that legislation. Brandon Truitt, Eyewitness News.
If you're off the job because of the virus, here's an important piece of information. Department of Labor and Training has worked to increase the flexibility of the temporary disability insurance and unemployment insurance programs. That includes waiving the 7-day minimum amount of time and previously required medical certification. If you are one of those impacted, you can call their number. It's 401-462-2020.